Question 3, once again, focusing on Marbury versus Madison, so we can see just how important this case is. When deciding Marbury versus Madison, 1803, which of the following excerpts from the Federalist number 51 could best be used to help Chief Justice John Marshall write the argument in favor of judicial review? So you have to think back to Federalist 51. We know this was all about checks and balances and separation of powers. So let's take a look at the first one. In a free government, the security for civil rights must be the same as that for religious rights. It consists in the one case of the multiplicity of interests, in the other in the multiplicity of sects. So this particular quote really doesn't have anything to do with what was decided in Marbury versus Madison. Remember, the big takeaway of Marbury versus Madison is that the court established they have the right of judicial review. The power to strike down laws is unconstitutional. So this really is not what this is about. The next option here, as the weight of the legislative authority requires that it should be thus divided, the weaknesses of the executive may require, on the other hand, that it should be fortified. So this is about the legislative branch and the executive branch, but it's not about the judicial branch. And that's, again, what Marbury versus Madison is about. It's about what does the judicial branch have the authority to do. The next quote, in a single republic, all the power surrendered by the people is submitted to the administration of a single government, and the usurpations are guarded against by a division of the government into distinct and separate departments. So that's interesting. It's certainly talking about separation of powers, and Marbury versus Madison is talking about a specific power of one of the branches. So I think it's a possibility here, but let's look at the fourth. But the great security against a gradual concentration of the several powers in the same department consists in giving to those who administer each department the necessary constitutional means and personal motives to resist encroachments of the others. So this one is really about checks and balances, about one department is resisting and the encroachments of other departments. This one's about separating the powers, but this is about when one branch of government can strike down the actions of another, and that's what judicial review is doing. Judicial review is when the judicial branch strikes down laws under the legislative branch or actions under the executive branch. So I think this is the best answer, and we'll go with that.